We're going to talk about something today that is everywhere, but doesn't get the attention it needs because there are so many other things to do. The fight for our attention is what we're talking about. Take a moment to picture a day in your life. You are surrounded and even bombarded by a lot of stimuli from the moment you wake up until you go to sleep at night. Notifications on your phone, TV that never stops, emails that need an answer right away, and social media that tempts us with the promise of connection. How much of this, though, really helps us reach our goals, dreams, and improve our health? We will talk about how technology and TV have taken over so much of our time and attention, as well as the big effects this has on how we think, how we relate to others, and how we see the world. But what's more important is that this episode is about taking back what is naturally ours, control over our lives and thoughts. In the next few minutes, we will lay the foundation for our discussion, mapping out the territory we will explore together. We will talk about how constant connectivity has transformed the way we live, work, and relate to each other. We will discuss the unique challenges we face in trying to maintain our focus in a world designed to divert it. But not all is lost. Throughout this episode, you will also discover tools, strategies, and mindset changes that can empower you against these distractions. From mindfulness practices to time management techniques and even a reevaluation of our digital habits, we will see how it is possible to forge a path toward greater clarity, purpose, and satisfaction in our lives. I invite each of you to open your mind and heart to what this episode has to offer. Let it be a catalyst for change, a beacon of light in the fog of distraction. Together, we will embark on this journey toward a future where our attention is no longer a currency spent thoughtlessly, but a precious gift offered with intention. Without further ado, let's start our journey to get back in charge in this age of distractions. Get ready to write things down, think about them, and most importantly, get ready to act. Now's the time to wake up our minds, focus better, and remember what it means to live a life with real purpose. We are starting the first part of our trip today. Today we face a reality that is so ingrained in our daily lives that we often forget how present and important it is. When I talk about our digital and TV world, I mean the sea of things that are always trying to get our attention. In the last few decades, our world has changed a lot. Technology, which once said it would make our lives easier and join us in ways we never thought possible, is now beginning to show that it has two sides. We are more connected than ever, but we should look more closely at the quality of this relationship and what it asks of us. Consider this. The average user spends more than 6 hours a day online. Between scrolling through social media, checking emails, and consuming digital and television content, our days are fragmented by constant interruptions, but what is the cost of this connectivity to our concentration, creativity, and emotional well-being? The reality is that every ping, every notification is not just a momentary distraction. It is an interruption of our flow of thought, a theft of our most valuable time, and perhaps most crucially, an erosion of our ability to focus and delve deeply into any task or relationship. And then there is the ever-present television, our long-term companion. On average, adults spend nearly 3 hours a day watching TV. While it can be a source of entertainment and relaxation, it also seduces us into a state of passivity where we consume instead of create, observe instead of participate. These tools, which were made to help us, are now controlling our lives and how fast and well they go. So the question is whether we are living the life we want or just responding to the next thing that comes up. It has an effect that goes beyond our time and attention. It's about our brain or how we think and remember things. Relationships, which are at the heart of being human, suffer when contact is rare and a screen is always there to keep us company. This analysis of our digital and TV lives is not a final judgment, but it is the first step toward understanding. You can start to navigate the landscape with purpose by becoming aware of it. As you move forward, you can choose where to focus your valuable attention. I want you to think about how you use technology and TV in your own life. Are they useful tools that make your life better, or have they turned into masters that you have to obey? We have the power to change this, which is good news. Stay with me, dear listeners, as in the next part of our episode, we will delve into the real cost of this distraction and how we can start making significant changes in our lives. Now, my dear listeners, we venture into territory that while it may seem familiar, is rarely fully understood in its entirety, the real cost of distraction in our lives. We are not just talking about minutes or hours lost, but something much more precious. Distraction, in its most insidious form, erodes three fundamental pillars of our existence: our cognition, our relationships, and our perception of reality. We are about to reveal how the constant pull of technology and television not only scatters our attention, but also diverts us from our path to personal fulfillment. First, let's examine our cognition. In a world designed to capture our attention every second, our ability to concentrate, to dive deeply into any task or thought, has worn down. Studies show that digital multitasking not only reduces our efficiency, but can also have a lasting effect on our ability to think critically and creatively. Consider this. Every interruption, even the minor ones, takes us on average over 23 minutes to fully regain our focus. Imagine the cumulative impact of this over a day, a week, or a year. The question then is, what wonders could be born from our undistracted potential? Now let's talk about our connections. There's a huge rise in absent presence, which means being with our loved ones physically, but mentally far away as we navigate the digital sea. This phenomenon not only takes away from the richness of our relationships, but it also makes us feel disconnected and sometimes angry. To have a relationship, you need to be there, pay attention, and care. Distractions send a clear message about where our interests lie when we let them take over our time together. It's an act of love and rebellion to take back these times and choose real connection over digital one. We finally have a problem with how we see truth in this age of distractions. When we're constantly exposed to skewed news, sensationalized stories, and idealized versions of life on social media, it can change how we see the world and ourselves. We want to live lives that are mainly made up of digital elements, which keeps us from appreciating our own world with all of its flaws and beauty. The cost of distraction is ultimately a theft of our truest potential. But awareness is the first step toward recovery. By understanding what is at stake, we can begin to make more informed choices about how, when, and why we allow technology and the stupid television to occupy our time and mind. In the moments that follow, we will not only explore strategies to mitigate these costs, but also celebrate the possibility of change. Because, dear listeners, clarity, connection, and a perception rooted in reality are within our grasp. Join me as we move toward a future where we consciously choose where to direct our precious attention, where distraction does not dictate our direction, but our intention shapes our experience. After exploring the vast landscape of the cost that digital and television distractions exert on our lives, it is time to equip ourselves with strategies of reclamation, strategies that allow us to navigate this modern world without losing sight of what truly matters. We deploy an arsenal of tools, practices, and mindset changes to transform our interaction with technology and television. It is not about rejecting modernity, but about reclaiming our agency within it. Strategy 1, awareness and conscious choice. We start with awareness, which is the basis of all change. Hold down the next time you grab your phone or the key. Ask yourself, is this something I choose to do or something I do automatically? The first step to getting your attention back is to ask this easy question. Strategy 2, technology for productivity. Use technology to your advantage. Apps like Freedom or Stay Focused can help you limit your time on distracting websites and apps, allowing you to concentrate on what truly matters. Technology is a tool, and you decide how to use it. Strategy 3, creation of screen-free zones. Set aside places in your home where you won't use a screen, like the bedroom and the dining room table. These holy places help us connect with our loved ones and with ourselves without being interrupted all the time. Strategy 4, time management and self-discipline. Implement time management techniques, such as the Pomodoro technique, which we expanded on in previous episodes, allowing you to work in focused time blocks with short breaks. This method not only improves your productivity, but also teaches you to respect and value your focused time. Strategy 5, conscious media consumption. Pick and choose what you read and watch. You should ask yourself, how does this benefit me? Before you or scroll through social media. Instead of just passing the time, choose material that makes your life better and broadens your view. Strategy 6, real connections over digital. Prioritize real connections over digital ones. Invest in activities that nourish your soul and strengthen your relationships, such as walking in nature, practicing a hobby, or simply having a meaningful face-to-face conversation. Listeners, each of these ideas is a step toward a life where we don't let distractions take over our time and energy. It's not always easy to get back on track, but it's worth it because it leads to deep benefits, clarity, connection, and finally, a new sense of purpose. You should carry these strategies with you as we move on to the next part of our trip. Always keep in mind that we have the power to change how we use technology and TV. We're taking back not only our time, but also our lives. Today we start the last part of our trip, which is full of exciting possibilities. Right now is the time to picture and build a clear future based on presence, clarity, and drive. Dear listeners, it's not just a dream, it's a fact that's just around the corner. Imagine a world where you know exactly what's most important to you every morning, and where technology and TV are tools you use on purpose, not things that take up your time and attention. Now let's note some effective strategies that will help you in your daily focus towards your goals. Strategy 1, clear planning and goals. The first step toward this future is to establish clear planning and well-defined goals. Spend time each week reviewing your goals, ensuring that each daily action is aligned with what you want to achieve. Clarity of purpose is the beacon that guides our focus. Strategy 2, establishing conscious routines create intentional habits that help you stay focused and healthy, like going screen-free in the morning and doing something at night to get your mind ready for a good night's sleep. These habits make you stronger when you're being distracted. Strategy 3, creating work and rest spaces. Design your physical environment to reflect and foster your focused future. This may mean creating a distraction-free workspace or a special corner in your home dedicated to relaxation and reflection. Strategy 4, cultivating mindfulness. Being mindful is a great way to help us concentrate. Practice being fully present in everything you do, from eating to listening. This practice makes us more aware of the present moment and less likely to get sidetracked. Strategy 5, connecting with community and nature. Reconnect with the community and nature. These connections ground us and remind us of the wonderful world beyond our screens. Participate in community activities or spend time in nature to revitalize your spirit and focus. I encourage you to carry these strategies and visions in your heart. The focused future we long for is not just a destination to reach, but a path we walk every day with our choices and actions. As we approach the end of our time together, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on the journey we've shared. It has been a deep exploration, not only of the challenges we face in this digital and television age, but also of the powerful strategies we have at our disposal to reclaim our focus and forge a more intentional future. I want to thank each of you from the bottom of my heart for choosing to spend this time with me. We feel and respect your presence, even if it's only in our minds. There are a lot of options out there. So the fact that you chose this place for your own growth makes me proud. Thank you very much to those who have shared their problems and stories with us. Your stories are a powerful lesson that even though our paths are different, our struggles and goals bring us together. We can deal with the many distractions we face today and come out better, more focused, and more connected. As we move forward from here, I encourage you to carry with you the lessons learned and strategies discovered. Remember, true and lasting change begins with small steps. Each conscious decision to step away from a distraction, to dive deeply into a moment, or to connect genuinely with another human being is a victory. And though our episode ends today, our conversation need not. I invite you to join our next episode where we will continue to explore paths to a fuller and more present life. Your journey towards self-discovery and personal improvement is ongoing, and we are here to accompany you every step of the way. If this episode has resonated with you, I encourage you to share it with friends, family, or anyone who you think could benefit from hearing it. Your feedback, questions, and stories are always welcome. Together, we can build a community of conscious and focused individuals dedicated to living intentionally in a world that